Out of the three main forms of entertainment, movies, music, and video games, I would say that music is the hardest one to do horror in. With movies, you have the visual element and the audio element. With video games, you have the visual, the audio, and the interactive element. But with music, you have to rely on just sound to be scary or disturbing. So what I'm going to be doing today is going over my top 5 most scary or disturbing songs I've ever heard. I'm only doing one song per artist, mainly for variety. All of these are disturbing for different reasons, but yeah, let's go. Guest House is easily one of the most intense songs I've ever heard. It's an absolute roller coaster of emotions. It starts out like pure anger, then eventually turns into desperation and ends in hopelessness. It sounds like someone just pounding, banging, knocking, begging to be let in after who knows how long, with lyrics that are vaguely similar to the ones from Good Morning Captain by Slint. Amazing vocal performance on this track. Every instrument is used perfectly to create pure chaos, and at the end, with the orchestral section, the strings and horns are used to make you feel emotional, almost to take you on the same emotional journey that's being described in the lyrics. This is definitely my favorite song out of these 5, and it's easily a 10 out of 10 for me. It's a perfect ending to the album You Won't Get What You Want.
By far the worst is the Hamburg.
Hamburger Lady by Throbbing Gristle is one of the more obvious ones. I feel like that's one of the more infamous, disturbing songs. If I had to describe how this sounds, it's more uneasy than anything. I really like the atmosphere this song creates. It uses synths to create a sound that almost sounds like race cars going around. And then there's another synth that almost sounds like a siren. So maybe it's like police cars racing each other around. I don't even know how to describe it. And then we have the spoken word, which describes a woman in a horrible condition in the hospital, which is the main reason that people find this song disturbing. A lot of people think that it's real. It's not. It's based on a short story. It's completely fictional. But despite it not being real, this definitely has happened before. There's definitely people living like this in this circumstance. And honestly, the most disturbing part is that literally everyone is just one horrible accident away from being in this situation. But yeah, I don't really know what I would rate this song. Maybe like a 7. It's pretty repetitive. I don't really know what else to say about it.
I like my girls skinny with brains. I like my hoodies fucked with lame. I like my friends imaginary with no names, and I'm
Sarah, I feel like, is easily Tyler's most disturbing song. I feel like anytime I see one of these most disturbing song videos and they include Tyler, they always put Tron Cat instead, which really bothers me because this song is right there. This one is way worse. Tron Cat probably has the worst lyrics, but that song's actually catchy. That song's a banger. This song is just disturbing. And for the most part, it's not that bad, I guess. But it's really just the one part where he's kidnapping and choking the girl. I don't know, listening to that made me really uncomfortable the first time I heard it. It was like the first time I actually had been disturbed by a piece of music. There's definitely worse things, but I don't know, this was the first song to ever make me feel that way, which is probably why I'm including it here. Not to mention that this song has clearly worse production than all of the other tracks on the album. The quality of his mic is clearly way worse. Honestly, it only gets worse the further the song goes. By the end, it's really bad. The beat also gets worse. By the end of the song, the beat just sounds like it's trying to kill itself, which makes sense considering that's what he does at the end of the song. One of the few times he kills himself on this album. But yeah, I don't really like this song all that much. Tyler has so many better songs. Anyone who says this is their favorite Tyler song is probably really young and just trying to be edgy. I would give this only a 4 to 5 out of 10. I don't like it that much. Honestly, I wasn't completely sure what to pick from Soundtracks for the Blind. If you've listened to this full album, you know that there's tons of disturbing songs on it. But yeah, I had to go with Her Mouth is Filled with Honey. I was originally going to do I Love You This Much, but then I started listening to it so much to the point I actually started enjoying it and started to find it relaxing. So yeah, that one's not even scary for me anymore. But Her Mouth is Filled with Honey still does the trick every time. I don't even really know what to say about this one. Just the samples, the uneasy feeling, I don't know, it's just so effective. This song clearly was created for the sole reason to disturb, and I guess that's why it works so well. I'd give it maybe an 8 out of 10, I don't really know. Now before I get to number 1, I do want to do a quick honorable mention.
You got the money and the heartache and the rest just turns to dust before I get to you.
This is the only song in this video that actually sounds like a normal song. It's literally called Pop Song. And that's why it's just an honorable mention, because it's not disturbing enough. And on the surface, if you don't pay attention to the lyrics, it's honestly just a catchy synth pop, noise pop song. But when you actually listen to the lyrics, it's actually quite disturbing. It's about the narrator stalking and killing the love of his life, which is a very disturbing topic. And also just the contrast between the really bright production and then these kinds of really dark lyrics. I don't know, it definitely does make it somewhat disturbing for me. I love this song, honestly. I would give it a 10 out of 10. Alright, and now for number 1.
I got a scar in my head now that I can prove.
Mary Turner by Xiu Xiu is easily the number 1 most disturbing song I've ever heard. When I listened to it for the first time because I was listening to the album, Girl with Basket of Fruit, when this song came on, I had to pause. I almost couldn't finish the album. I didn't know if I could listen to anything for the rest of the day. It was that upsetting. It's not just the music that's so disturbing. It's that too, but I'll get on that later. And it's not even just the lyrics. It's the fact that what's described in the lyrics actually happened. That everything in them is true. If you don't know what this song is about, and if you don't know who Mary Turner was, I didn't until I heard this song, and I'm American. I just wasn't taught this in school. This song is about a true event that happened, where a black woman was killed by a lynch mob, and everyone involved in it got away with it. Not to mention she was pregnant, and they also killed the baby as well. But yeah, they do not sugarcoat any of it. They are very direct with the lyrics. They don't make them rhyme or anything. It's just saying exactly what happened, and that is that. All this over an instrumental, with banging drums, just uneasy sounds, off-tuned violins, weird samples, sounds of glass breaking, distorted sounds of what sounds like a baby laughing. This is just easily the most upsetting thing I've ever had to hear. After hearing it the first time, I literally couldn't listen to it again for months, to the point where I even forgot what it sounded like. But one thing that did stick with me was the lyrics, which shows to me that the song did work, right? This song exists to tell that story, to bring awareness to it. And honestly, I'm not glad that this song exists. It shouldn't. Not because it's bad, but because that event never should have happened in the first place. We never should have allowed anything like this to ever happen, and it shouldn't have lasted that long. They make it very clear that they agree with this in the last 4 lines of the song, which really ties the whole thing together. And yeah, I'm not gonna rate this song because I feel like it's not really appropriate to do so, just because of what it is and what purpose it serves. I do think everyone should listen to this at least once, just so they can be aware of it. You have to hear uncomfortable truths, but if you never want to listen to it again after hearing it, I wouldn't blame you. I almost didn't either. But yeah, those are just my picks. I know it's not October yet, but there was another video made on this topic recently, and I didn't like most of the picks in that video, which is why I made my own. And also, who cares? It's not like you can only be scared in October. If you like this video, consider subscribing if you're not already. Let me know what you think is the most scary or disturbing song you've ever heard. And yeah, that's all.